And again a little bit more. And hold it there, please. And like we did before, move your bridge hand and everything forwards, keeping the feet in the same position, so sliding everything forwards until you're too far forwards, and then come back until you're too far back, and then somewhere in the middle where it's the most comfortable. Okay, that's pretty balanced, isn't it? Not sure about the distance. We'll ask what Roy's experience is there, but what I do notice is that this foot is lying the side of the foot. I'm not sure why that's doing that, but anyway, stand up. What was your experience there of increasing the distance and changing the angle?
The further left and forward my left foot went, more it was straight on here, so I didn't feel particularly comfortable.
Okay, alright. There's a balance between comfort and control and balance. And you might have more stability with your feet like this. I couldn't stand like that, I wouldn't be comfortable. And I might not have control either because there's a lot of tension. So it is a slight juggling act between comfort, control and balance. So let's continue exploring this for a second. So you said it gave a little bit of tension at the back of the knee, is that correct?
Sorry.
So hold everything there, hold the feet in the same position, just move everything a little bit further forward. Is that leaning too far forwards?
No.
Okay. So now with the left foot, just move that forwards a couple of inches. Is that doing anything negative to your right foot now, your right knee?
No.
Okay. A couple of inches further out to the side with the left foot. A couple of inches forward. Another inch wider. Another inch forward. Okay, so what's happening there? You can stand up if you want. What is happening there? I was just trying to break you out of your previous habits and give you a few different things to feel. What was happening to your balance, your comfort, solidity, as you were moving that foot? Negative or positive?
Not particularly negative. It's obviously different because I haven't done it before. But I felt solid. It didn't feel uncomfortable.
In which position did you feel most solid?
The left foot forward felt more uncomfortable because there was more strain here.
Okay.
But widening it by 2 inches felt good.
Okay. Why don't you get straight down into the shop with a couple of inches wider than normal and tell us how that feels.
Feels really good.
Just hold it there, please, if you could, for our benefit. Let's all come around this side. I want you to have a look at the left side of Roy's stance. Now, what do you think? If you also come around behind the camera and have a look, would you say that from both sides he looks more or less balanced and comfortable?
He looks better on this side.
Looks better on this side than the other side.
Got a girlfriend.
But comfortable from both, in my opinion, it looks nice and balanced, poised from both sides. Great, stand up. So would that be something that you could easily bring into your game?
Yeah.
It's not going to have any negative side effects, is it? And I think that allied with your simple 1, 2, 3, if you did that consistently, and the 2 steps, the super glue 2 steps, 1, 2, fixed, solid, I think you would be very happy with that. And I think the other thing that I want to pick up on here is that we don't have to do something really complicated to improve on snooker. Basically, snooker is a simple game. It's a very simple game. There are just a few elements that we need to apply to get consistent results and effective results. And too many people make it too complicated. I'm sure we've all had the guy at the club who's got this weird and wonderful theory about how to stand or cue or sight the ball. But the more simple you can play, the better. Remember Ronnie's 5-minute maximum. I mean, every shot was see the ball, couple of cue actions, pop. That's it. Very, very simple. The more simple we can make it, the more you'll enjoy the game. The less variables you'll have, and the more consistent you'll all be. Great. So who's next? Why don't we come back into position, and who's next? Nicholas. Okay. So when you're ready, do you 1, 2, 3? Pretty good. Looks pretty good already. See how it starts as supporting Nicholas and having a low cue to the cushion. He looks naturally comfortable with the cue low to the cushion. It doesn't look like he's forcing himself to go low, does it? So I think we're more or less ideally there. I'm not sure there's much we can do to improve that. Just hold yourself there for a second. If you just keep this still, keep your shoulders still, just bring that back, bend the elbow a little bit, bring that back an inch or so. Straighten up a little bit, yeah, something like that. Does that feel different, better? Oh, obviously it feels different, but in what way different? Better, worse, more control, less control here?
For now,
Yeah.
I could work a bit, but having it like this, when I was straight up, my she was touching the cushion.
Yeah.
So now it's like off it.
But what about the stability of this arm when your elbow's on the table, as opposed to being pushed straight out?
Yes,
Now go straight out with the elbow. Is that more or less what you were doing before? Was it rigidly straight? Was it before or not quite?
it was like this before.
Yeah. And there's probably not quite as much weight on the elbow now on the table, is there? If you bend it slightly, it's easier to get. But ideally, guys, if you have 50-50 weight distribution between the elbow and the wrist, that's ideal, and then the bridge is very easy to control the cue. Don't put all the weight on the bridge hand. If it's here, then the hand is able to move much more easily with control. You find it easier to get the weight into the elbow when it's bent.
My next one.
I think that's the longest anyone's stayed down on shift. Yeah, I think your stance is great. But I'm interested in what the differences you experience with elbow straight out or a slight bend in it.
I feel more comfortable like this, but I feel like it makes my bridge too long.
Yes, because obviously, otherwise the bridge is pushed out straight. Well, no, don't do it that way. What you do is, let's turn round. So I'll show this to the camera and then I'll flat. Yeah, let's do it here. So if your arm is pushed out straight, obviously if you make a slight bend, what's happening to the bridge? It's coming an inch further back to my face, isn't it? So what you do is you just push the cue that same distance out behind the back of the hand, and then you maintain your bridge hand distance. So the white comes an inch closer to your face, so it might look a little bit closer, but the most important thing, more important than the change here, more important than the white being closer to your face, is the benefit you'll get of maintaining the distance between the bridge and the white ball. Yeah? So just right. Do me a favour and just stand up again. Just play this ball, play this blue in the middle pocket with for you 8 or 9 out of 10 power.